Okay, what's happening, people? Jono here from Fitness Education Online. Welcome to our channel if it's your first time on here. And it's actually a specific series. If you've landed on this video here, I've got a specific series which is all about social media marketing tips for fitness professionals. What I've done is I've gone and sought out the 10 best social media marketing professionals, specifically for fitness professionals in the world, and they're going to give you their top 3 tips in less than 10 minutes. Now, I'm going to shoot over and give them a bit of an introduction in a second. Just before I do that, let me tell you that we've also got another series, which is business tips in general. So this one here is all social media marketing. We've got another one, which is business based. Now, I've interviewed the same people on both of them because they're very closely related, obviously. So it's the same introduction for both. So if you get to the introduction and you're like, well, hold on, haven't I heard this exact same introduction before? Yes, it has. I've just used the same introduction. You could call it, I don't know whether it's lazy on my behalf or it's just smart or time efficient on my behalf. I like to call it smart and time efficient. You can call it what you want. But anyway, let me introduce this week's guest. Very special guest. This guy is the best business coach in Western Sydney. He's not too far from me. I'm on the east coast of Sydney. He's on the west side of Sydney. Now, if you're new to Sydney, there's a bit of rivalry, east and west. Long story short, they suck at sport, really. You know, in Sydney, there's always a Sydney team for every sport and a Western Sydney team. The Sydney team usually wins the comp every year, whether it's soccer, rugby league, Australian football, whatever. The Western Sydney team usually comes last. But just because they're bad at sport doesn't mean they're bad people. They're very good people. They're just not good at sport. But anyway, this man, Matt Papallo, is the best business coach in Western Sydney, specializes in personal trainers working in gyms as well. So if you work in a gym, he's the person you want to speak to. If you're from Western Sydney, he's the person you want to speak to. So let's hand it over to Matt. Just before we do, usual deal, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. And also, we'd love for you to join our community Facebook group. We've got the largest Facebook group in the world for fitness professionals. There's like 14,000 of us in there. Would love to have you in there. The link is in the description, so make sure to join. Let's hear it from Matt.
Tip number 1 for closing sales as a PT. These 3 tips are going to lead into each other. So tip 1 is the first step. This is how I want you to look at it. The first step here is, firstly, qualify. And I want you to really, really understand this point here, and this tip here, is if you don't qualify your lead, and if you don't know that by the end of the comp session, the goal session you're going to take them through, then any other free sessions you're going to spend your time with them on, if you know 90% that they will want long-term PT and coaching, then you haven't properly qualified them. You need to know with certainty that this person, more than likely, 90% sure, is going to want my services because I've asked those questions to properly qualify them. So first tip out of these 3 here in terms of closing the sale, firstly, qualify them properly. Tip number 2 is all about gaining trust and gaining likeness with that lead. So let's just say we've gone from step 1 or tip 1, which is about qualifying. You've qualified them, you're doing that comp session. There is no point just training them like they're a number or they're a unit or they're a bit of revenue for your weekly payments coming in. They're a person, they've got their own issues. They're coming to you because you're the professional, they want help. So you've got to remember that you need to firstly build trust and likeness. Think about this. Will you go back to a professional that you don't like or that you don't trust? Will you give them your money? You won't. You'll be nuts to do that. You might do that once or twice, but then you'll be like, what am I doing? Why am I giving this person my money? I don't even like them. So as a personal trainer, if you are personal with them, you get to know them, get to understand them, and they get to like you and trust you, you've already won more than half the battle when it comes to step 3, which I'm going to explain for you right now. Step 3 now leads after obviously step 1, which is qualifying. Then step 2, we're talking about gaining the trust and likeness. Step 3 is all about leading. Don't ask. You already know that they want your help. So you don't want to be going there going, okay, look, here's my presentation card. Which one do you want to go for? Do you want to spend this much? Do you want to spend that much? No, you're the professional. So you say to them, look, based on what we've done together, I know this is what you want. I know this is what you've gone through, and I know I can help. So I recommend that we do this twice a week, and we'll do this 3 days a week, and I'll provide you with this. I've got this time available. Let's get started next week. How does that sound? And they're like, oh, yeah, okay, let's do it. I'm not asking them, what do you think? No, it's just, how does it sound? Ready to go. Cool. I know and I'm certain. Key point here is certainty. Certainty always wins. If you are uncertain and that person can sense that, they will not trust that you will take care of them. So you've got to always remember certainty equals their certainty. And if they are certain that they're in the right hands, they're going to want to give you their money, give you their time, and they're going to want to come back to you time and time again.
I love that guy. He's good, right? He's professional, he's polished, he's smart, knows what he's talking about. So I recommend follow Matt on social media. Matt, where do we go to hear more about you?
Simple. Look, you can go to my website, which is www.ptstartuptosuccess and .com. So ptstartuptosuccess.com. Go on there. You can see basically what I've got, not on offer, but what I do. And what I do is I help rent-based personal trainers to basically build that lifestyle they want. What I have for myself is what I teach others how to do. So I work 4.5 days a week as a personal trainer, making $2,000 to $5,000 a week doing that. And I live the lifestyle that I want. And that's what I teach others to do as well. So all they've got to do is head over to the website. There's ways to contact me, even ways to book in a free 20-minute discovery call with no commitments. And all the times listed there. So it's pretty straightforward, Jono.
So that's it for today's episode. I would love to invite you into the Fitness Education Online community Facebook group if you're not in there already. It's a free Facebook group. There's thousands of trainers in there. We all share tips and ideas. Everyone's super supportive. And that's really what we do at Fitness Education Online. So I'll see you in there.